What did Elvis Presley say when playing Riichi Mahjong? In my hand, 4 tiles are the same, so I can't help calling a con this game. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. My name's Yusong. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Folks, how are we doing? We've been okay. And by that I mean we've been a lot better. What happened here? I played some games last night on stream. You saw the YouTube VOD yesterday. Again, apologies and thanks for your patience as I did not have the time to make a bespoke YouTube video. We're back. And I promise you, now that Hurricane Parents Weekend is over, I can focus on the things that matter to me. Not family or whatever, but making effective decisions in Riichi Mahjong. Also, I will say this, okay? A few videos ago, the allegations are truth. A few videos ago, I started a line of conversation and I was like, oh no, I forgot what I was saying. And I'm definitely going to remember like 2 videos later. I have now remembered what I was saying before, and no longer will you have to wait in suspense. So I believe the start of the conversation went a little something like this, okay? Holy moly, this hand kind of bonkers with it though. The start of the conversation went a little something like this. I have a dishwasher. I am incredibly privileged to have a dishwasher. Of course, of course. When I was younger, I think I should cheat this and go for all simples. I'm not joking. I'm not throwing away my shot. Just like my country, I'm young, frumpy, and dumpy. It's a little bit awkward here with a pair of the 6s and a pair of the 2s, but we can definitely schmoove with this hand. Of course, right lord pawning the prevalent win. You're starting to get worried. You're starting to feel like, oh no, I'm starting to get worried. What the hell? Okay. I mean, this is an early Riichi. They might have to discard something juicy like the Dora, and we're in a pretty decent position, not gonna lie. So, I don't know. We kind of have the option to... We might be able to win this one. We also... I almost wish that we didn't have this, but we have 2 safe tiles in the 2 of bamboo. I'm not gonna forget again. I'm not gonna forget again. Wait, what was I saying? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm gonna go sicko mode on them. I'm gonna in effect also call Riichi. This is all simples 6. You know, it's all simples 2 Dora. That's 3 Han, and we get the left lord's Riichi stick. However, we have to keep in mind that they are the dealer, right? So their dealer Riichi might be a little bit scarier than the shenanigans that we're trying to pull. Anyway, I have a dishwasher. It's I'm very, very lucky to have a dishwasher. Of course, of course. I am very particular with the dishwasher, okay? I have to make sure that my cups are angled in such a way that there's enough space between all of them. There's a little holder for all the silverware. I cannot put silverware next to silverware. There needs to be and this is just a disastrous situation right now. I have no idea what's going on. So there needs to be space, right? Oh, what? Okay. There needs to be space between all the silverware in all the little holes. Oops. I mean, in effect, I called Riichi before any of these MFers called Riichi, and I won because of it. All simples 3 Dora, B word. When the B word in this case is Brendan. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm trying to... Last video, I talked about some pretty NC-17 topics. I would like to regain my status as a family-friendly YouTuber. That's a lie. It's never happened. It's because I'm suspicious of what the dishwasher does when no one is looking. Does this make sense to you? If you relate to this at all, you don't have to give a comment. The rare time that you're not legally required to leave a comment, but if you want to, if we want to commiserate together, if we want to be like, Yusong, you're not weird, and I can be in turn like, Brendan, you're not weird, let me know. Because I cannot see what goes on in the dishwasher, I'm like, if we put all the cups next to each other, there's no way the water is going to be able to, you know, spray all over the place. because I can't see it, my monkey brain is like, yeah, of course it's not gonna work or whatever. Of course the dishes aren't gonna be clean. My parents, when I was younger, we had a dishwasher. We had a dishwasher in a previous, when we were living in Long Island, I think. Either apartments in Long Island or somewhere in upstate New York. But in one of these instances, we did have a dishwasher. And I don't know if it's an immigrant thing, but they were like, we can't use the dishwasher. We need to conserve water. Like, we don't want to pay a higher water bill because we're using the dishwasher. Little did they and I know, as a result of that, like, even with smaller loads, and I'm kind of the king of small loads if you catch my drift. That's just, we don't need to touch that. Even with smaller loads, it saves water. Like, there's definitely a threshold. Like, you shouldn't just put one singular mug in a dishwasher and run it on normal, right? Like, that's obviously egregious, but the dishwasher does not waste as much water as you'd think. Now, do I know how this happens? No, dude. I don't know what goes on in the dishwasher. I'm telling you right now, and you know what? Delete this video. Don't ever let it get onto YouTube, but I'm telling you right now, we have an opportunity to make an incredible business venture together. Right, Lord, just dominating with whatever this is. Oh my God. Pinfu, pure double sequence, all simples. 2 Dora. Thank God they didn't sumo this Mangan off the top. Also, they didn't call Riichi? I mean, they wanted to force the pure double sequence. I guess they didn't want to win off of the 2 of characters in that sense. But I would have slammed that like and subscribe button. I would have slammed the Riichi button. Maybe that's why I'm stuck in that. Maybe that's why I'm hard stuck in Master 1 at the current moment, right? I don't know. Oh, this hand kind of F's though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 5 maybe? I don't know, but we got some shapes in our hands. We got some shapes that we can play with. Dude, this isn't even that bad. We can even draw into another 4 of circles or 6 of circles, and I'd be super, super happy to see either. The worst part of this hand is this 1-2 shape, but even so, it's not bad. We could upgrade this into a 2-4-6 shape if we draw into a 4. So it's not like all of our options are gone, right? What is this? Your first time on /r/Wall Street Bets? Look, I don't want to admit this to you, but at the start of COVID, this is when I was employed by a corporation, okay? I had monies to spend and to invest. I did do a little bit of dabbling in stocks. Did I say stocks? I mean gambling. Dude, it's just like a government licensed casino. There's no other way to describe it. Is this 1 away from Tenpai? I don't even think this is 1 away from Tenpai. I'm going to do it though. Yeah, dude, I feel like I should have discarded the 1 first because, oh, I should have discarded the 1 first. We could still have that 2-4-6 shape. I don't know. If we draw a 3 of circles right now, I'll feel like a GD genius. You know what? If we draw a 3 right now, we are in Tenpai. Ah, no, hold on. We would be in Tenpai. We throw this away and are on a double-sided wait for a 3 or a 6. I mean, this isn't terrible either, right? Because if we draw into a 3 or a 6, we can still call Riichi, and we have this convenient little Suji trap we've set, thus encouraging us to slam that Riichi button even more. Rare apt song parody, by the way. The Elvis Presley Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Can I admit to you something embarrassing? Oh, whoa. Hang on. I'm not about to do what I just did 2 videos ago, which was start a Lana conversation and not finish, okay? This year, I'm all about finishing, phrasing, okay? This year, I'm all about finishing what I started. We have an opportunity here to do $1 billion market share or whatever. I don't know how business people talk. And we also didn't finish talking about stocks, but we also didn't finish talking about stocks, but I will say this. What if we, and by we, I mean, I don't know who I mean by that. I mean, I would need someone with like a warehouse and some tools, probably. What if we made a dishwasher where you could see what was happening inside it? Does that exist already? I am not sure if that exists already. Dude, I don't want this 5 in my hand in the late game. This is too close to the Dora. Left Lloyd's also discarding some good stuff. I don't want this in my hand, burning a hole in my hand for the late game. I know that now if we draw another 4 or 6, we'll be really, really sad. It's okay. We'll live and let live. If you love something, let it go. That's my idea. I think it could honestly, like, I would love, you know, forget having a television. And I sincerely mean that. Like, forget having a television when you can oh my God, I could have discarded the 9. Oh my God. Oh my God, I could have discarded the 9. What is going on here? That's not a safe tile at all. I mean, the 9 is not really that safe, but it is Suji Gaming to that 6. Now, why am I discarding the 1? First of all, I'm a freaking wildcat, okay? Second of all the 2 of characters are gone, so no one can have a 2-3. How is the 8s looking? All my 8s gone? 2 8s gone? So when I was employed, I did do a little dabbling in the dark arts and the investment arts, right? Oh my God. We eventually would have drawn the 3, but at this point, like, our hand is in shambles, aka brambles. We're gonna cleanly fold here. I know you're not liking it. You're like, red 5 Dora, maybe Riichi, maybe Pinfu on top of that. This hand is very, very different than that first hand. This hand is very, very different than that first hand. It's simply too slow. Anyway, so I did not realize this, but like, the reason that, you know, the stock stuff is so popular. I mean, number one, it's because, like, you know, you should have like a retirement account or whatever. Oh, God forbid. Back in my day, I worked 1 job and got through college. Okay, whatever. But did you know that, like, on the reason that Wall Street Bets is like a casino, and I mean that in the fullest sense of the word, and is because instead of buying a stock, right? You can buy like a stock of Apple or a stock of Netflix or whatever. It just sits in your thing. It goes up, it goes down, right? You know, stocks, it goes up, it goes down. You know, I don't know anything beyond that. You can also buy these things called options contracts, and maybe I shouldn't even be telling you this, but basically they're like an option to buy a stock at a certain price. And the devious thing about these is that, hang on, what do I discard here? I think I discarded 6 of circles. This is my best. Is that they can, like, a stock will very rarely drop to 0 value, but if you buy an options contract, it's like, you know, it will expire at a certain point, and either you're in the money or out of the money. And depending on that, you can make a lot of money. I mean, anything could happen. You can make a ton of money, rare value, pulling a shiny Charizard, right? Oh, they were waiting on a single tile, 9 of characters. Zuzzy wait indeed. A little Suji trap. Thank goodness we did not discard the 9, dude. Did you see that Suji trap in the flesh? Holy moly. Paulie, pull up the cue card for I shouldn't be alive right now. They expire, so guess what? Instead of spending $100 on a stock of Netflix that sits, maybe occasionally it's at 90, maybe occasionally it's at 110, you could spend $100 on an options contract, or guess what? Like tens of thousands of dollars on options contracts, and they could expire and be worthless at some point. It's very, very dangerous. It is literally gambling, and you will lose your money, because I think that, like, you as an individual using an app on your phone are much less well equipped to handle the stock market as the people that have, like, the supercomputers making 1 million transactions at the fraction of a second, within a fraction of a second, you know? It's a rigged game, you know? We got Jim Cramer pumping stocks that he knows is gonna take a big poop the next day. It's all rigged. We got people watching the Wolf of Wall Street clips on YouTube thinking that they could be Jordan Belfort. You cannot be Jordan Belfort. You cannot even escape silver rank in League of Legends, okay? Let's not kid ourselves here. Let's be a little bit more realistic and prudent with how we invest our monies. It's dangerous. It's definitely very, very dangerous. It's why I don't really like gambling. Like this, even though there's no money at stake, like obviously people gamble over Mahjong, right? You always have the option to gamble over Mahjong. This is a nice Riichi Pinfu pure double sequence hand potentially. At least we have 1 red 5 here. What would be the nut draw? The nut draw would be another 7 of characters, no doubt. Anyway, this game still gets my heart pumping. I've also, surely I've told you this before, but I have a very addictive personality, and I need to be very, very careful. I am not happy to admit that my first gacha game my first like mobile game, right? Like mobile games that are not designed to be fun, but are literally designed to just milk you of your money. My first mobile game like this was Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, okay? Yeah, that's right. Just absolutely getting betrayed by Sora, Donald, and Goofy and Mickey Mouse, okay? They're extorting me for my money instead of bringing me any joy. I mean, this is a little bit weird what we've got going on. Probably should just be discarding this. I mean, what is this? We've got like a pair, a double-sided weight here, and an Omega chunk. I mean, this is a perfect one-away. This is a perfect one-away. It just looks a little funky because of this pure double sequence. You gotta imagine it as like, and I rarely ever do this, but a 5, 6, 7, and then another 5, 6. All right, that's very, very cursed. I'm sorry that you had to see that. I'm sorry that you had to see that, but I needed to show you for visual effect. Oh, by the way, did you know that you can turn off auto arrange? That's how auto call win, or no chi pawn con auto draw and discard. That's what these letters are for in the left hand side. The right hand side is the shadow realm. The right hand side is the emote domain, where you can try to tilt people or like congratulate someone when they get a Yakuman. Those are the only two appropriate scenarios, in my humble opinion. All right, our crossword calls a Riichi. We can probably get away with throwing an 8 of circles. I mean, it's Suji to this 5, but we've seen that, people are well versed in the dark arts of Suji gaming. They're setting traps left and right. What does their hand even look like right now? It seems like a pretty standard hand. It doesn't look like a flush of any kind. It could be some kind of, it doesn't look like a 7 pairs hand either. I mean, maybe though. They've discarded a lot of like good stuff. Okay, we have to fold here. I think we legit have to fold here. We can maybe try to go for a 7 pairs tenpai if it materializes. Maybe we can go for all triplets or something, but yeah, this is not looking good. I cannot discard the Dora, right? They haven't discarded a 4 of characters. They haven't discarded a lot of different things. So they're going Suji gaming, right? They discarded a 5, so they're discarding an 8. They know that they can't be waiting on a 6, 7, for example. Anyway, I'm very scared right now, but I think you know what? Like, the reason that we're in the Jade Room to begin with is because of our stellar defensive play. I have to admit that last night, I did let the demons take over. And by the demons, I mean loving members of this community in Twitch chat. For those of you who don't know, if you want to peek into what it's like streaming Riichi Mahjong, first of all, it's a lot of fun, right? If you have a good community. Streaming to no viewers is obviously a miserable experience, right? Trust me, I've luckily I haven't been there to like the literal 0, but like, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. That's a quote from the School of Rock. But anyway, anytime that you get 4 of a particular tile, the chat moves very, very fast, and it's a bunch of people that want to see me lose it all by calling the con button. This is why I feel safer on YouTube, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm shadow boxing against tens of thousands of invisible, obnoxious comments, but at least I'm kind of in control here. A little bit, barely, right? Barely. Ay. Okay, what does this hand look like? I mean, oh, no. I mean, if they discard a Westwind and we restart this round, I don't know if that's a good thing. We don't restart this round. Good. I just wanted to keep this hand, but have good tile efficiency. Holy moly, this hand goes hard mode. 2, 3, 4 mixed triple sequence is also a possibility. All simples. 2, 3, 4 mixed triple sequence. Dora? Yeah, this is not a bad situation at all. You've heard of bad grandpa, but bad situation. All right, this is a little bit unfortunate, right? So we finished our 6, 7, 8 shape a little bit, unfortunately here. And now the 2, 3, 4 mixed triple sequence dream is a little bit dead. Okay, that's not great or whatever. Oh, I will say this: if we draw into another, another copy of any of the tiles that I'm hovering over here. Okay, now we have to make some tough decisions. Now we have to make some really tough decisions. They're going for circle tiles, right? They're going for circle tiles, and so I will discard my, they're more likely to drop a 1 or a 4 of bamboo later in the game, and as a result, if I get to call Riichi with this hand, I will be waiting on a 1 or a 4. So this is a lovely little Riichi Pinfu scenario that we've stumbled upon here. Again, we throw away the mixed triple sequence. I'm not one day I will truly learn to appreciate the value of a mixed triple sequence. I don't know if today is that day. I genuinely don't know. So keeping the Riichi pin Fujima alive, we've got this nice white dragon in case things go absolutely haywire. Dude, I don't know. Speaking of things going haywire, I'm very lucky in the sense that I am just going to chi this to get into Senpai. That's not why I'm lucky, but I'm trying to think of like when has there been a time that something has truly gone wrong. I mean, this is the thing that comes to mind. I was working on a PowerPoint presentation with another classmate, and I don't think that we necessarily got along, but I thought we were cordial, right? So she and I were working. I'm gonna keep this because it's not like we could have won off of the 4 of bamboo anyways. But I was like, dude, I don't know. I went to a public school. It was a very rural area. The graduating class was 89 people. I don't know why it was this cutthroat, but it was for some reason. So we were working on this presentation for our French class, and I changed something. I was in charge of this one slide, and I was like, you know, we were Skyping over it or something, and I was like, oh, this is actually wrong. Let me change it. Dude, I promise you, 3 left or 4 left. I gotta go with the 4 left, right? I promise you, she went back and changed it so that I looked like a freaking fool the next day in front of everyone in the class. It was an awful situation. Now, do I necessarily fault her? I mean, this was a pretty mean thing to do, but obviously we were kids. I mean, this is high school, but we were still kids. We've got a lot of home stuff going on. I honestly, like, it's a pretty awful thing to do, but I don't think they're an evil person. I think they probably got, you know, their own problems or something, and I don't know, maybe really, I have no idea. I'm not going to speculate on why someone would do this, but that was a moment where I was like, oh my God, things are going haywire right now. I have just come face to face with evil. I mean, this is not true evil, okay? I've watched the History Channel, but oops, did I just round you of all your points? And advance the dealer seat with a nice 3-hun hand, and meanwhile keeping my first place position firmly intact. But it was pretty S-wordy of a thing to do, you know? Why am I being coy like I've never sworn before? Everyone's seen yesterday's video. Okay, this is a great situation. Oh, this is a great situation for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 shapes in our hand. We can probably get rid of the 7. We can probably get rid of this 4. Let's get rid of the 4 first. If we draw an 8 for this 7, we can wait on a 6 or a 9. And you and I both know the 9s are, you know, they're flowing. If other people go for all simps or anything, terminal tiles are much likely to come out. I could pawn this, but I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's not a terrible thing to do. It is not a terrible thing to do. It is not a good thing to do, but it is not a terrible thing to do. Arguably, I should be discarding the red dragon in this case. And you're like, Yusong, why did you pawn away one of your only pair? Well, that's because we could wait on this 2 or a 5 for our pair later in the game, right? Okay. So the red dragon, arguably not the right tile to keep in our hand. Not the right tile to keep, but I would say that this is an okay situation. Unfortunately, we're watching our dreams dripping down the drain, like we're the opening song of Hamilton right now. Okay, I mean, we're close to Tenpai, but a Crosslord has already discarded 2 of characters. There's only 2 left in the GD game. You know, one of them could be used up by Left Lord, and one of them could be used up by Right Lord. We're not in a great situation right now. I'm going to fold with the 1 of characters first. So what am I looking at here? I have a Sea-Wind Prevalent Wind hand. That is a 2-hun hand. A 2-on hand just to advance the dealer's seat. I mean, there's a great chance that I could just get into Tenpai very, very soon. I mean, they discarded a 6. You know what? I'm not going for it. I'm absolutely going to fold here. Maybe it was even a little bit premature to pawn this 4 of characters, but I wanted a chance to sit at the table, you know? I wanted to be in the room where it happened, like I'm another song from Hamilton the musical. Complicated relationship with Hamilton the musical. Complicated relationship. Do I like it? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Do I think it's like a rap for people who have never listened to rap before. A little bit easier to say. Yeah, kinda. Like, you know, my experience with a lot of the Hamilton fan base is being introduced to it. Like, have you heard of this new musical called Hamilton? Wow, rap music is so phenomenal. Who's Kendrick Lamar? Like, it's just, like, you know what I mean? It's just a weird landscape is all I'm saying. Are the songs catchy? Kinda. I don't know. I'm not giving it a glowing review here, but the point is the songs from Hamilton. Okay, this is true. They have invaded my mind and they refuse to come out. They refuse to come out. Oh, this is a Zuzzy Riichi for sure. They called Riichi on a 1 or a 9. Yeah, I would slam the like and subscribe button any day on that. Unfortunately for us, this is, I mean, they're keeping the dealer's seat, and it's a close game all around. I know we have a little bit of a point lead here in first place, but it's not that much of a point lead. Dude, if we all want to discard West Winds, I think I'd be okay with it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 decent shapes in our hand. You know what? We maybe should not be keeping this 4 of circles around, but I'm just looking at this 8, 9 shape, and it looks really, really weak. It looks really, really weak. In fact, it is our worst shape. That immediately it's trumped by this 2, 4 shape that we have in our hand, right? We could very easily upgrade the 2, 4 shape if we draw into a 5. The 8, 9 shape we'd have to upgrade by drawing into a 6 first, and then into a 5, right? Okay, this is a weird situation. 50K for a verse, no album out. 2 pairs in our hand, no other options necessarily available to us. Uh-oh. A crosslord has pawned the red dragon. We have to be a little bit careful here. This hand is a little bit more valuable than it seems. Never mind, the hand is over. But the red 5 was also the Dora in that sense. 2, 3, dude, they almost had a 2, 3, 4 mixed triple sequence in that hand as well. Okay, a very valueless hand, but they're just trying to move the game along, and they know that they're in a cutthroat battle between them and Left Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 shapes in our hand. Are we happy if we draw into another East Wind? Absolutely. How about a West Wind? A little bit less happy, but also okay. Like if we end up getting on a Riichi weight for like a 6 and a West Wind, that's definitely great, right? We can definitely do some Zuzzy moves with that. All right, what do we do here? First, we discard the... I mean, we can keep both of these tiles. The East Wind is obviously profitable for us because we are sitting in the East seat. The West Wind is not profitable for us, but if someone else calls Riichi in this instance, then we can throw the West Wind as a safe tile, and we'll feel pretty good doing that. All right, a little bit dangerous, right? Right Lord is pawning the South Wind, which is very lucky for them. That's both their seat wind and their prevalent wind, so they at least have 2 Han in their hand. I'm also looking at their hand, and the possibility for a half flush in the bamboo suit is definitely there. Okay. They discard the Dora, so they probably don't have a half flush if they're willing to discard the Dora. Interesting. They probably just have a very, very milquetoast hand outside of that. What does milquetoast mean? Does anybody know? So my understanding of the phrase milquetoast is that you would describe, you know, it's what the kids say as very mid. It's just very middling, right? Nothing too special about it. And also it's like, when people say mid, it's usually leaning derogatory. It's not that great. Milquetoast is like mid, but during the time where people wore monocles. Instead of TikToks, they were staring at horses and buggies through the town square, right? So, oh my God, what am I saying? But the point, what do I think milquetoast means? I think that milquetoast means that, like, if you dip a piece of toast in milk, it's not gonna taste very good. In fact, it's gonna taste omega average. That's what I think. That's the origin of that word, IMO. All right. This hand got slightly more exciting. We can start pawning and cheating our way to the top right now for an all simples hand, and it doesn't look like anyone's dripping in value. 3 of the Dora are already gone. They went off of a set. Oh my God, never mind. Someone's hand is dripping in value right now. All triplets, seat win, prevalent win, red 5. This is a Mongon. It is anyone's game right now. It is actually anyone's game right now. And above all else, we have to be thankful that, again, they did not sumo. We were sitting in the dealer's seat. We would have had to pay a big penalty if they had. Oh, this hand is not great, friends. This hand is really not great. I would be so happy if everyone discarded a Northwind, and never mind. And we could just have a do-over for this one. It's not gonna happen. Could go for something like 13 Orphans, but I don't think so. I think this hand, unfortunately, we have to play a little bit normally. What would we be happy to see? We would honestly be happy to see like another White Dragon, another Northwind. Those would both really get my goat going. Another phrase that I'm not quite sure where the history stems from. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 shapes in our hand. I don't know if this necessarily counts as a 5th shape, because I'm pretty sure the 9 is going to be our pair in the late game, but I don't know. 7, 8, 9, 7, 7, triplet of the 9s. Okay, we've still got some options for us to be certain. Sitting in first place, we don't want to risk it all. And do you know why we are in first place right now? Can I just enlighten us for a second? The reason that we are in first place right now is because we've been playing defensively. Okay, sometimes the San Antonio Spurs don't have that much of a flashy play style. They've got no one, you know, sinking 33 pointers this game. However, it doesn't matter when you're taking home the championship trophy, baby. Rare sports analogy. 6, 7, 8 mixed triple sequence, maybe a distant possibility, maybe. Okay, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we are 1 tile away from Tenpai right now. So what do we want to see? We want to see the 8 of oh, this would be Zuzzy. This would be Zuzzy for sure. If we draw into the 8 of bamboo, we call Riichi, we discard a 6 of circles, and we set a nice little Suji trap for this 3 of circles, you know? We throw out the 6, people are like, "Oh, he doesn't have a 4 or 5 in his hand. Why don't I just deal in with my 3 of circles?" Unfortunately, despite the fact that my impression of another player was on point, one of the 3 of circles was just discarded, which means I don't know. It's slightly less likely that we draw it ourselves or that it comes out in the future. Would we call Riichi if we drew into a 3 or a 5? Yes. Because this hand can be finished with either an 8 or a 9 of bamboo, and that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good as well. Okay, I will eat my words here. I mean, this is a good Riichi. This is absolutely a good Riichi. We get to wait on a terminal tile. We get to wait on a tile that was just recently discarded. If someone's not paying attention, they might slip up and send us into the promised land. Of course, should we have called Riichi when we're in first place, we would feel pretty bad if someone chased our Riichi right now, right? But otherwise, like, we can't win. We can't run off of anybody else if we don't call Riichi here. So I think we got to go for it. What would be nice here? What would be nice is that if we drew into a 5 of bamboo and discarded a 5 of bamboo. That way we set a little Suji trap for this 8 of bamboo as well, right? Same thing goes with the 6 of bamboo. The same logic applies. Oh, also, I guess I'll just draw it myself. Also, dude, I can't believe I didn't tell you this. I mean, you're looking at a person who has taken 2 showers today. It's very rare that I take 2 showers, okay? Not because I'm stinky or whatever, but I usually just take 1 shower at night. So let me correct myself. I've taken 1 out of 2 showers today. A little Marie Antoinette, let them take showers. You know, I promise I'm not wasting that much water. We're 1 tile away from Tenpai. This hand is incredible. Holy moly. A 5 of circles would be the nut draw right now. I wouldn't even have to call Riichi. I would just sit in Damaten with an evil Pinfu only hand. Holy moly, this hand goes hard. We can also draw into a, oh my, no. We don't call Riichi here. We don't call Riichi here. It does not change how anyone, I mean, it makes Right Lord fold a little bit, right? But it also locks us in. If someone else calls Riichi, guess what? I think if someone else calls Riichi here, we fold. We definitely fold. We don't want to lose our first place for someone's Yakuman, right? There's still a chance. That's how we lose. Anyway, I told you that I was breaking down a lot of, maybe I should have called Riichi so that they would have been afraid to call Riichi, but I think if I had called Riichi, they would have chased this hand anyway. I think they would have definitely chased this hand. So we are in a difficult spot right now. The young Suji trap? What am I looking? Is this enough? It's not enough. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. We didn't even have to make a tough choice there. We're very, very lucky. So they would have needed like 2 Oradora. They would have needed maybe Subo Ipatsu, 2 Oradora. I don't know. I don't know what would have needed to happen for them to win that hand, but I can understand why they call Riichi, and holy moly, dude. Back above the average. Holy moly. Almost hitting our bond percentile with Hinata. Just a creepy sentence to say. Just a weird sentence to say. Get me. Wait, what is in the oh, sorry. I usually don't add anyone on the friends list. Not because I don't want to, or because I'm like a weird loner or anything, but it's just because I don't want people spying on my games, you know? I hope that's understandable. So what is this? Is this like a weird illustration, or oh, this is just the illustration that we've been looking at. We've just been looking at the berry suite. Okay, we got some coppers. You'll never catch me alive, etc., etc. We got some bags. Make sure to secure the bag though. What's in the shop? Oh, like a lot of vaguely not safe for work stuff. What's in my items? Oh, like just like a vaguely not safe for work stuff. Let's take a quick look back in the logs just to see if there's anything that we could learn from that game. Again, a lot of Rons from Right Lord, but we're not really sure what happened here. So they chased this Riichi on a terrible closed weight. I hate this play. I genuinely hate this play. I really don't like it. If you're gonna chase someone's Riichi, it better be because you have a good weight. So they also have a terrible closed weight as well, because it's a very early Riichi, right? Usually with early Riichis, you can't be that picky, and you end up with a really bad closed weight. I mean, I don't like this at all. I was very happy to slurp other people's points in this one. We started off the game on the right foot for sure. Would I have called Riichi if I was that first player? If I was this player? Yes. Would I have chased? No, definitely not. So what do you discard here? No one's in Tenpai yet, but you're getting there. I would probably discard the 5. Yeah, it's a dangerous tile. It deals in to someone. Probably this player. The 1 comes from a 3/4, right? No, it's not this player. What the heck? It's a crosslord sitting in the most evil Dama 10 of all time. Like I wouldn't necessarily think that there was anything dangerous judging from their discards either. All right, what happened here? This player definitely got slurped on. This player definitely got slurped on. So no one has called Riichi. They're getting close. They need to get rid of the 4 of bamboo. It's their most dangerous tile. Yeah, could you have gotten rid of it earlier? What is that 1 discard? Don't you want to keep your 1? What? This is the wrong discard, by the way. If you're looking at this hand, like don't sleep on the 1, 3, 5 shapes. Throw the 4 here. The 4 actually doesn't help you at all. Okay, this is one of those rare instances where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have gotten us into this position to begin with. I would have discarded the 4 earlier. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I would have ronned off of them anyway, but is this? I mean, I would have ronned off of them anyway, but at least I wouldn't have drawn it to the red 5. You know what I mean? I don't know. I genuinely think that was the wrong play there. So what happened here? You called Riichi waiting on a 1 or a 9. Definitely Zuztastic. Definitely Zuztastic. I'm not sure why you wouldn't. Hey, why aren't you just like clean folding? Green dragon, white dragon is not that big of a hand. Why don't you just clean fold and then maybe fold with the 2s or the whatever. The 9, I know dude, this comes from like a 7, 8, 8 some of the times too. The 9 is not very safe there because it's close to the tile that they called Riichi with. This is a what happened here? You throw the 5 and it gets you into trouble? No, what? I guess you're 1 tile away from Tenpai here. But like, what are you hoping for? You're gonna have to get rid of the 5 eventually too. I don't know. What would I have done here? This is honestly tough to say. Throw a 9, guarantee Riichi Pinfu maybe, or try to get Riichi Pinfu if you draw into a 7. Probably would have thrown the 5. It feels very dangerous. I mean, not just because I know it's about to get you ronned, or excuse me, but I don't know. Like trying to draw another tile around this feels very, very greedy. Very greedy indeed. I don't know. I'm honestly very confused by all of this. I'm not sure if I'm learning anything right now, which feels weird. So they call an early game Riichi on a 7 pairs hand. So with a red 5. So it's Riichi is 1 Han. 7 pairs is 2 Han. Red 5 is 4 Han total. If they get Sumo Ipatsu, that's 6 Han, and if they get 2 Oradora, then that's 8 Han. That would be a Baimon. That's what they need to overtake me. Or if I deal in, right? If I give them 8,000 points, then yeah, if I give them the 8,000 points, then it's that they would overtake first that way, right? Wow, very, very spicy situation. But it's like, if you're in this player's shoes, you have no choice but to fight for your own hand too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like your best case scenario with this hand is to go for 7 pairs. I don't know what you're going for necessarily, but I don't know if it's strong enough to get you out of this last place hole that you find yourself in. You can still fold with the 4 here and then keep the 7 pairs dream alive. Yeah, a lot of confusing stuff today, but we are back on the horse. And that horse's name is first place. That horse's name is first place. Holy moly. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. It helps out the channel a lot. Of course, you can subscribe if you want to see more in the future. New videos every day. And I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. PST. Links down below. I hope to see you there. You can also talk to us in the Discord or the VODs channel. Link down below. All right, until next time, please take care of yourself and please be kind to yourself, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Peace.